All right, so I don't want to really tell you too much about my personal life. This is like a really old story. Well, this is not a story, but it's like an old, really encounter that I had. And I'm not really proud of this, but this is just something that came up in my mind. Just sitting, just laying down. Wanted to make a little video about it. So, tell you, go back in time, almost 10 years ago, 2015. I told you guys at 20, I was real sex obsessed. I had about, probably had sex with like 20 girls that year. You know, looking back, it had to be at least 20. Because that was when I lost my virginity. And that was the time, like I said, that's all that really mattered to me. I was doing a lot of bad things. I was smoking marijuana, doing drugs, and drinking. And sometimes when I would get high, I would not hallucinate, but when I would look at like pornography, it would like the marijuana would intensify my imagination. That's a better way of saying it. It intensify. I don't use anything, drugs, alcohol, pills. I don't even do like cough syrup because, like I said, with my seizures, I can't mess with none of that stuff, and I don't get sick thanks to my vegetarian diet. But I was just I was doing some wild stuff. I remember one day in particular, like I said, I dressed a little more, a little. I had like nice clothes back in the day too. Now that shit today, I don't care nothing about. But I dressed rather stylish, if you want to say that, because I was trying to attract attention for females when I would get on the bus. Now I understand, didn't have a car, and that's okay living in the city. You catch the bus, but I didn't understand like that would look better if you had like a car. And I was trying to get my license, but I was never really motivated to do that at the time. When I was telling myself I would get more girls if I had like a car, I wasn't catching the bus everywhere. So one day I'm getting off of work. I worked in Conshohocken, not the street. If you're from Philly, you understand it's a Conshohocken Avenue. It's a Conshohocken, PA. It's one of those suburbs, like off, like not far from Philly. I worked out there, and there was a bus called, I think it was a 97. It ran every hour, and the last one ran, I think, like 12 in the morning. But the good thing was, because when I worked in this place called Downingtown, PA. It's not even in Philly at all. It's like in Chester County. I learned about the regional rail, and that was when I learned that regional rails, they have stops everywhere in Pennsylvania. So really, SEPTA stands for uh, Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority. So the southeastern part of Pennsylvania, that's where all the regional rails run, in Delaware too. But anyway, I would get on the regional rail sometimes, depending on how late I would get off of work. And, you know, I get off the train. Sometimes I got on the train, I would pay like $9 to get on. But anyway, it was like I was getting off the 97, and then I would get on the L. And back in the day, the murder rate wasn't that bad. So I was staying on Stanton Avenue to wait for the L, 12 o'clock at night, to get on the L bus, to get on the K bus to take me home. I would not do that today. This is almost 10 years ago. I'm waiting. I'm on Stanton Avenue. Like, what was it? Yeah, like 12, going on 1 o'clock in the morning. And let me just say, y'all know what goes on gay hours of the night. Y'all know what goes on when it's 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. My dumb ass didn't understand that, it's a lot of fuckery that goes on at night, literally fuckery. So I remember this lady, she looked about maybe in her 40s. She was asking me, did I have a cigarette? And let me just tell y'all, I did smoke really temporarily at the time. I smoked for about on and off, but I smoked for like the image, not really because I like cigarettes. And I ain't gonna lie, I did like menthol. I did like the feeling of like a menthol cigarette. I got these cheap ass cigarettes called Timeless Time, and I gave her one of my cigarettes. She wanted, because usually you'll like give them like a quarter, and I just said, you good, you good. But I was yeah, I think, yeah, I gave her a cigarette. Yeah, I did. I gave her a cigarette. And then she was asking me how old I was. Now, obviously, if I'm underage, I wouldn't be out at this time of night. But understand, it's that kind of neighborhood. I wasn't from around there. This is Stanton Avenue. So I was just like, I was just playing around. I'm like, old enough. I remember I said old enough. And she blatantly just said, like, you want your, you know what, blank, blank, blank. And I was trying to like play it off like I wasn't trying to do that. I wouldn't do this today, but all these thoughts are just racing in my mind. I'm like, I'm just telling myself, like, yeah, and then I'm like, where are we gonna do this at? So we literally go in like an alleyway. We go like in an alleyway where I remember it was nobody around. It was real dark. I'm not thinking about nothing. I ain't thinking about her robbing me, pulling a gun on me, somebody set me up, none of that stuff. But we go inside of like this little alleyway. And at first, I was just telling her, because the first thing that came to mind, understand, it was 20 girls that I had encounters with. So I'm just like, I'm doing good right now. I didn't catch nothing yet. I was always paranoid of catching like a STD. So I was telling myself, like, man, I was never comfortable. I was never comfortable at all, like having a girl do that to me, because I would think about, like, and this is so crazy. This is like how my OCD was like building up in me. I thought that if she had like a cut in her mouth, or she had like a STD in her mouth, that would transmit over to me, and that's possible. So I was just saying, no, like, I don't want this to happen. I was thinking about running away, but I just said, this is exactly what I wanted to do. Because what I would do when I would get off of work, I would take off the work clothes and put on, like, I had a dress shirt on. I had these church shoes that my mom got me. I was like 17. They was like these Skechers, and I had like some skinny jeans on. And she literally told me, she's like, you dress like a little white man. And really what I was trying to do worked, because I just telling myself, if I dress nice, like looking good, back, like my hair looked the way it does now, but because I stopped going to the barbershop around that year, I just started letting it grow. But exactly what I was trying to happen to me happened. I just wish that it was somebody my age, but I just said, you know what, fuck it. Like I said, I'm gonna just do, because a lot of the girls that I would meet on these sites were not my age. They were older, and it was just me trying to get that feeling. Because like I said, when I would smoke, I would just think about the encounter and just think about somebody else. It didn't really matter, because like I said, I'm not looking them in the face. It's nothing that I like. Like, I'm not attracted to them very much, but the feeling of it is pleasurable. So like I said, we go into an alleyway, and at first I'm just like, you can kind of guess what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to be real clean. I don't like talking dirty in my videos. I'm just telling her, like, can you do this first? And let's just say, like, she just did what I didn't want her to do, because I didn't want to catch anything, and I enjoyed it. And then It's not there anymore, but when I got home, I just thought about that the whole time. But I had like a little bump near I never had this happen before, but it was like a little bump. I don't know what it was, but it was a bump like under like over my private area. It was like it wasn't on me, on my you know what, but it was like above my private area, like near my stomach. Cause she kissed like under my stomach first. And then when I went to a doctor, she just said it was nothing. But it was fun. It that was like, let me just say this. That I don't enjoy I don't enjoy oral at all because of what I just told you. But that was like the best experience I had with it ever. And I'll tell you this, what I learned. I don't know a lot about the right kind of women to go after because like I told you, I was just worried, just trying to pleasure myself. But women who are a lot older and don't care what you look like, and maybe because I look young, I don't know, but if you are trying to attract women and you just want to, you don't care what they look like, make sure you dress nice because that's how I got that to happen.